Welcome to the Joy Unleashed Project, where we explore the art and science of living a vibrant, purposeful life after 45. I'm your host, Mattie, and I'm here to guide you through transformative conversations that will ignite your inner brilliance. In each episode, we'll dive deep into the transformation framework, sharing powerful stories, expert insights, and practical strategies that help dynamic women, just like you, embrace this exciting chapter of life. Whether you're navigating a teenager at home, an empty nest, caring for aging parents, or all of the above, or you're simply ready to prioritize your own joy, you're in the right place. Get ready to unlock new possibilities, build meaningful connections, and create the vibrant future you deserve. This is more than just a podcast. It's your invitation to join a community of bold women who are rewriting the rules of midlife. Let's unleash your joy together. Hello, and welcome back to Joy Unleashed. I am so incredibly happy you are here with me today. If you're listening to this in your car, maybe stealing 5 minutes in the driveway before you head into the house, or if you're listening while folding that never-ending mountain of laundry, take a deep breath with me right now. In through your nose and out through your mouth. All right, that's better. Today, we're going to talk about the women who feel like they are constantly running a race they didn't sign up for. Specifically, I'm talking to my ladies over 45. We are the sandwich generation, right? We have aging parents who need us, maybe kids who are launching or boomeranging back home, careers that demand our expertise, and bodies that are, well, let's just say that they are going through their own renovations. We feel the hurry, we feel the pressure, and everywhere you look on Instagram or self-help books, there is one word that keeps getting thrown at us as a solution: boundaries. You just need better boundaries. Just say no. Protect your energy. And while I love a good boundary, and we will talk about that, I'm here to tell you something a little controversial today. Boundaries are not a magic wand. They are not the only thing that will fix the stress, the overwhelm, and the hurry. If you built a 10-foot wall around your life, but you're still hyperventilating behind it, the boundary isn't working. So today, we are going to unpack why we are not compartments, why we need to embrace our wholeness, and how to use boundaries as a tool and not a cure-all. So we're going to be honest. How many of you have tried to set a boundary, held it for about 48 hours, and then felt so guilty or so anxious that you just caved? Or maybe you did hold the boundary. You said no to the PTA or no to hosting Thanksgiving, but you spent the entire day worrying about it. That is because we often treat our boundaries like a silver bullet. We think, if I could just stop doing X, Y, and Z, I will suddenly be peaceful and happy. But here's the truth, my friends. A boundary is just a gate. That's it. It's a gate. A gate is a wonderful tool. It keeps the stray dogs out and keeps the kids safe in the yard. But a gate does not landscape the garden. A gate does not plant the flowers. A gate does not water the grass. If the garden inside the gate is full of weeds, stress, and chaos, a gate isn't going to fix that. This is going a little too fast. For women our age, the hurry isn't just coming from the outside. Sure, the calendar is full, but the hurry is also internal. It's a nervous system that has been wired for 45, 50, 55 years to be a caretaker. It's the good girl syndrome we were raised with. It's the physiological changes of perimenopause or menopause that make us feel like our internal thermostat is broken, both emotionally and physically. When we try to slap the boundary on top of all that without addressing what's really happening inside, it's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken arm. It might cover the scratch, but the bone is still aching. We have to stop looking for the one thing that will fix us and start looking at how we treat ourselves. So that brings me today to my favorite visual. I want you to picture a bento box. You know, those lunch boxes with the little separate compartments, or maybe old school Tupperware that have the compartments. We are taught to live our lives like Tupperware. This is my work box. This is my mom grandma box. This is my wife partner box. This is my daughter to aging parents box. And we think that if we can just keep the peas from touching the carrots, everything will be fine. We think a boundary is the plastic divider between those sections. But ladies, let's speak real. We are not Tupperware. We are a stew. We are a mosaic. We are whole, complex, beautiful, messy women with whole lived experiences. You cannot separate your work self from the fact that you didn't sleep last night because of night sweats. You can't separate your mom self from the grief you might be feeling about your own parents getting older. You cannot separate your social self from the financial stress you might be carrying. You bring your whole self into every single room. When we try to compartmentalize, we fracture ourselves. We try to shut off parts of our humanity to perform a role. And that is where the exhaustion comes from. It takes a tremendous amount of mental energy to pretend we aren't affected by our lives. True joy, joy unleashed, comes when we integrate, when we realize that our boundaries aren't there to chop us into pieces, but to protect our wholeness. Instead of saying, I need a boundary so I can work harder, try saying, I need a boundary because I'm a human woman who needs rest to function. Do you feel the difference? One is about efficiency, the other is about humanity. We have to acknowledge our lived experiences. By the time we hit 45, we have lived through some things. We have battle scars and wisdom. We have history. We have history. If we ignore that history and just try to manage our time, we miss the point. We have to honor who we are right now, not who we were at 25. So if boundaries aren't the cure-all and we can't just compartmentalize our lives, what do we do? Do we just let the floodgates open? Absolutely not. We grab the tool, but we use it correctly. Think of a boundary as a tool in your tool belt, like a hammer. A hammer is essential for building a house. You can't build a solid house without it. But if you only have a hammer, you're going to smash a lot of windows. You also need a level. That's your intuition. You need a blueprint. That's your values. You need a foundation. That's your self-worth. Boundaries work best when they are supporting a life you actually want to live, not just defending a life you hate. Here is what this looks like in practice. You need to acknowledge the whole you. Before you set a boundary, check in. I'm feeling hurried. Is it because of the request, or is it because I haven't eaten, or because I'm emotional about my son leaving for college? Oh, and then my back hurts too. Then you set the boundary from love, not fear. Don't set a boundary to push people away. Set a boundary to keep your peace inside. Release the guilt. This is a hard one. Remember, you are breaking decades of conditioning. It's okay if it feels uncomfortable. But listen, I know this is easier said than done. I know that knowing intellectually that you aren't Tupperware is different than actually living like a whole woman. We need practice at it. We need a community to help us. And sometimes we need a guide to show us exactly how to wield that tool without smashing our relationships or our own hearts. So, this is exactly why I created the Boundaries Unleashed course. I realized that so many women in our community were trying to use boundaries, but they were using them like weapons, or they were too afraid to pick them up at all. Boundaries Unleashed isn't just a list of scripts on how to say no. It's a deep dive into the wholeness we just talked about. In this course, we dig into why you feel the need to please and how to stop without being mean, how to handle the pushback because people will push back, and most importantly, how to create boundaries that honor your whole lived experiences as a woman over 45. It's about moving from hurry and stress to peace and presence. If you're nodding your head right now, if you feel like you're a bento box that is about to snap, I want you to check out this course. It's a self-paced, beautiful journey that gives you the permission you've been waiting for. During the course, there's also an opportunity to meet with me twice during this course so that you can actually walk through your life and how these boundaries are working or how they're not working and what you need to do with those. So it's a great way to start this journey of finding your whole self. You can find that link right in the show notes or in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. Remember, my friends, you are not a problem to be solved. You are not a schedule to be managed. You are a whole, vibrant woman. The hurry doesn't have to be your normal. Grab your tools, honor your story, and let's unleash that joy. I'll see you next time.